Happy Alright, tough guy, I'm out of here. Look at that guy. Hey, she's not all that. Alright, I'm out of here. Game over. Pretty handsome. All right. I'm done. Beat it. Hey, she's not all that.